Hey everyone, this is Hugh from Plaguelands Media bringing you another board game playthrough, this time Marvel Champions the card game again. There are a lot of other games I want to get to the table, but this one, you know, it's quick to set up, quick to take down, and due to all the COVID lockdown restrictions, I have very little time to do this kind of thing. Now, in the spirit of the holidays, Rio here told me he wanted to sing you a festive holiday song. So you ready, Rio? Do you want me to get started? We wish you a merry. We wish you a merry. You know what? You wanted to be in the video. You all morning, Daddy, can I be in the video? Can I be in the video? I give you your time to shine and you ruin it. Look at all the sad people out there who wanted to see you sing. What do you say to all those people? What do you say to them? They're your fans, Rio. Okay. Well, might as well just get to the good part. I'm not going to rush it today. This is a nice beer. I want to savor every delicious drop. But I don't want to take it too slow because then that could get boring. Just watching a guy drink a beer, you just want to get right to the game. Like, show me the fucking game. But you have to take time out in life to enjoy the little things, the simple things. Okay, now that that's out of the way, you can hit subscribe if you want to keep seeing content. 25 people have already subscribed. I love every single one of you that have. I'm sure you all have a lot to say, but you're maybe just a little shy about writing some comments on the videos because not many people do it. I can only think of 2 at the moment, but you know, hey, that's fine. Whatever floats your boat, I guess. So follow Plaguelands Media on Facebook, on our website, www.plaguelandsmedia.com. You can follow Ian Van Gammon, fantastic artist, on Instagram. Check out his Redbubble. Some great designs, t-shirts, books, all kinds of stuff. Look up Plaguelands Media or Ian Van Gammon or Hugh Newton on Amazon for our ebooks. You can purchase them there, very reasonably priced. And yeah, so happy holidays to everyone watching this video. Please stay safe, relax, have fun with friends and family if you're able to. And without further ado, let's get this fucking shit to the table. Okay, hi everyone. I am about to play Marvel Champions the card game again. This time, Protection Hawkeye going up against Klaw on normal mode. Hawkeye is a character that I really love, but I very rarely play the protection aspect. So let's get the villain set up here. Underground distribution. Setup, search encounter deck for defense network side scheme and put it into play. It is already in play, just there. And when we flick this over, discard cards from the encounter deck until you reveal a minion. Nope. No. Nope. Thank God advance is gone. This is not looking good. Wow. And we get an armored guard who comes in with tough, 0 scheme, 1 attack, 3 health. Okay, I am using Hawkeye today on his Clint Barton side. 3 recovery, hand size of 6, 9 health. Weapon of choice, spend 1 resource to search the deck and discard pile for your bow and add it to your hand, then shuffle your deck. And on the flip side, Hawkeye, 1 thwart, 2 attack, 1 defense. Quick draw, exhaust Hawkeye to ready Hawkeye's bow. Okay, let's give his deck a quick shuffle, throwing cards all over the table for some reason. I probably should have shuffled the villain deck on camera as well, just so you can see that I wasn't cheating. 3, 4, 5, and 6. So we have Strength and Energy, Helicarrier, Cable Arrow, Vibranium Arrow, and Vibranium Arrow. I actually like all these, so I'm going to keep all of these. Okay, first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to spend 3 resources to get out the Helicarrier, a little bit of setup. Helicarrier, of course, you can exhaust it and choose a player, reduce the resource cost of the next card played by 1. I'm going to ditch a Vibranium Arrow to go looking for Hawkeye's bow. Okay, Hawkeye's bow, and then we will give this a quick shuffle. Hawkeye, in my experience, is a difficult character to play if you don't get him set up, but once he's set up, he's an absolute beast. So Hawkeye's bow, here it gets +1 attack, and each of your arrow attacks gains ranged. Range ignores retaliation. Cost 0, so I'm going to put it into play. And this is overkill, but I want to get rid of the minion anyway, so I'm just going to use 2 energy to play the Vibranium Arrow. Exhaust Hawkeye's bow. Deal 6 damage to an enemy. That attack gains piercing, which means it ignores tough. So we can get rid of the tough, and we do 6 damage, 3 damage overkill, but that is fine. Oh, whoops, I was supposed to flip to use the Vibranium Arrow, because it's a hero attack. And then we are going to attack for 2, knocking Klaw down from 12 to 10. Ready everything, draw back up. 4 and hand size of 5. Getting defensive stance. Brother Voodoo. A Sonic Arrow. Power of Protection and Momentum Shift. Alright. Villain phase. 1 threat goes on the main scheme. It has a threat threshold of 6. I can't take any threat off of this until Defense Network is taken out because it has the crisis symbol. Now Klaw is going to attack. He has a 0 attack, but he does draw 2 boost cards. I am not going to defend. We'll see how badly this hits us. 0, and he gets a tough status card. So all in all, could have been worse. And now we draw our encounter card, which is Gang Up. The villain and each minion engaged with you attacks. Okay. 2 more boost cards. The villain deck is going down really quickly, which means we're going to put an acceleration token on here. I'm not going to defend. So he's going to hit me for 3 and exhaust each ally we control, but we don't have an ally out at the moment. Hawkeye goes from 9 health down to 6, and it is back to my turn. Okay. I'm going to play Power of Protection to put out defensive stance. Here I interrupt. When I would take any amount of damage, discard it to prevent 3 of that damage. I'm going to attack for 1. Attack for 2, sorry, 3 with the bow, but that will get rid of his toughness. I'm going to tap the Helicarrier and Hawkeye's bow. I will use Momentum Shift to play Sonic Arrow because of the Helicarrier. Sonic Arrow is only costs 1. I deal 3 damage to an enemy after I confuse that enemy. So I will confuse Klaw and deal 3 damage, bringing him down to 7. And then I'm going to flip to my Clint Barton side. That is the end of my turn, so I'm going to ready, draw back up to 6 cards. So we have Brother Voodoo from last time, 2 explosive arrows, an expert marksman, a med team, and an energy barrier. Interesting. Okay, villain phase. Threat goes on the main scheme. I'm in here alter ego form, so he is going to scheme, but he is confused, so he doesn't scheme. And then we draw our encounter card, which is son of a bitch, Shadows of the Past. Okay, Shadows of the Past. I reveal my nemesis, Crossfire. 1 scheme to attack, quick strike. His attacks gain piercing, and if he's used it as a boost. So quick strike means he's going to attack me, but I'm in alter ego form, so he does not. Marked for Death comes out. When revealed, I search my hand deck discard pile for Mockingbird and place her face up under this card, and when it's defeated I can bring Mockingbird back. That comes in with 5 scheme on it. Okay, so let's go looking for Mockingbird. Nope, there's Mockingbird there. Shuffle my deck. So now to get Mockingbird back, I have to defeat the Marked for Death side scheme, and then we have Crossfire's rifle and 2 sniper shot that get shuffled straight into the villain deck. So they're in the villain deck, and I'll give that a nice shuffle like so. Okay, not a good turn, but I'm going to play Med Team to put out Expert Marksman, so I can exhaust it to generate a wild resource for an arrow event. I'm going to flip to Hawkeye's side. I'm going to use Expert Marksman Hawkeye's bow to play Explosive Arrow. Deal 3 damage to the villain and each minion engaged with that player. So Klaw goes down to 3 and 3 damage on Crossfire. I'm going to swing at Crossfire to take him out because I don't want him hanging around. I am going to use Brother Voodoo, a Helicarrier, to bring out an energy barrier. and I'll hold on to this explosive arrow, and that is everything I can do. Draw back up to 5, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Getting momentum shift, the explosive arrow, another energy barrier, power of protection, and second wind. Second wind is not bad actually. Okay. Okay, so we have an acceleration token here. So 2 threat goes onto the main scheme. Klaw is going to attack me for 2 damage. When you would take any amount of damage, discard defensive stance, prevent 3 of that damage. So I take no damage from that. And we get our encounter card is Criminal Past. Exhaust Clint Barton. I can flip to alter ego form. Exhaust Clint Barton to remove this from the game. That seems like the correct thing to do. So I'll just remove that from up there. Okay. My turn. Gonna tap Helicarrier, use second wind to play a second energy barrier. I should have put some tokens on the energy barrier. I apologize for that. Like I said, I don't really play protection all that much. I'm going to flip to Hawkeye. I'm going to play the power of protection to do momentum shift. Heal 2 damage, putting me from 6 to 8. Deal 2 damage, putting him down to 1 point of damage. I could take him out this turn, but I really don't want to. That main scheme is going to flip very soon. I am not in a very good way here. It might look like I am, but I'm not. So that will be the end of my turn. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Drawing back up to 5, we've got Electric Arrow, Nick Fury, Avengers Mansion, and Hawkeye's Quiver. Excellent. Okay, so 2 threat, because the acceleration token in the villain phase is going to go onto the main scheme, and that main scheme will flip to the next one. Secret Rendezvous, discard cards from the encounter deck until a minion is discarded. And we have Radioactive Man, who absolutely sucks donkey balls. And you'll see why in a moment. Klaw is going to attack for 3 damage. I am going to... When you take any amount of damage, remove 1 reflection counter from here, prevent 1 of that damage and deal it to an enemy. I'm going to deal it to Radioactive Man. Radioactive Man. So I've deflected 2, but I still take 1 point of damage, putting me down to 7. Radioactive Man is going to hit me for 1, putting me down to 6. After he attacks you, discard a card at random from my hand. That's why Radioactive Man sucks. Shuffle, cut, and I will discard Hawkeye's Quiver. Damn it! Okay, I'm on the back foot here, unfortunately. And our encounter is a Weapons Runner who gains Surge. It's another Weapons Runner who gains Surge. Klaw's Vengeance. Klaw attacks you. If this attack deals damage, place 1 threat on the main scheme. So he's going to attack me for 1. I'm going to use Energy Barrier to deflect that to Radioactive Man, taking no damage. Okay. That really did a number on me. What I what I wanted to do. Excuse me for one moment. I'm back. The cats were actually fighting, and they're fighting again. Rio! Knock it off, you little shit machine. Okay. What I wanted to do I can't do because I don't have the resources. So I'm going to generate one resource and exhaust Hawkeye's bow to play explosive arrow, deal 3 damage to the villain and each minion engaged with the villain. That is going to knock Klaw down to his alter ego side. Well, not alter ego side, I say his next side, giving him 18 health. But we have to find the immortal Klaw. I know it is in here. The immortal Klaw will give him 10 extra hit points, putting him at 28. I'll shuffle the villain deck just because it says so. There's not a lot of cards left in here. Okay, 3 damage to Radioactive Man, and these 2 weapons runners are toast. Okay. I'm going to ready Hawkeye's bow by exhausting Hawkeye, paying Avengers Mansion and the Helicarrier to play the electric arrow. This is going to stun an enemy and deal 3 damage to that enemy. I'm going to stun Klaw, bringing him down to 25. Oh man, man, man. I'm going to hold on to Nick Fury and draw back up to 4, 5. Okay, getting Genius, Sonic Arrow, another Expert Marksman, and a Cable Arrow, which we need. Okay, villain turn. 3 threat goes on the main scheme because of the 2 acceleration tokens. Klaw is stunned, so he's not going to attack. Radioactive Man is going to attack. I'm going to use the energy barrier to deal 1 damage back to him. Taking him out, but it says after he attacks, discard a card at random from my hand. I'm assuming even though he's dead, I still have to do that, so... And I discarded Genius. Of course I did. Whoops, everything untaps here. And our encounter card is the Villain Schemes. Scheme of 2. Deal 1 damage to each hero. So 2 more threat goes on the main scheme. That's 5 of 8. And I take a damage going down to 5. Okay. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use the Helicarrier and the bow to play Cable Arrow. Exhaust, remove 3 threat from a scheme, ignoring any crisis icons in play. I'm going to remove 3 threat from the Immortal Klaw. Dropping him down to 20, from 25 to 15 because he loses the 10 hit points. Now, what do I need to do? I'm going to use Expert Marksman and Expert Marksman to play up. I'm going to tap him to ready Hawkeye's bow. Then I'm going to play another Sonic Arrow, dealing 3 damage, bringing him from 15 down to 12 and confusing him. And then I'm going to flip. and I will draw up to 6. 1. Okay, so we have Nick Fury, Med Team, Preemptive Strike. That's really good. Defensive Stance, Black Widow, and Second Wind. Okay. Readying all of my cards. 2 threat. Putting that for 7 from 8. He's confused, so he's not going to scheme. And we get an Armored Guard with a tough status. I don't know how I'm getting out of this one. Okay, my turn. Okay, I'm going to flip. I'm going to deal with the... so I'm going to use Helicarrier. And I'm going to pay for it with Med Team, Black Widow, and Second Wind. And I'm going to get out Nick Fury. And I can remove 2 threat from a scheme, draw 3 cards, or do 4 damage to an enemy. I'm going to remove 2 threat from here. I'm going to remove 1 threat, getting rid of Defense Network. Nick Fury is going to thwart for 2. And, whoops, I've got to put 1 damage token on Nick Fury. I'm going to hold on to Defensive Stance and Preemptive Strike, drawing back up to 5. Okay, getting another Energy Barrier, Momentum Shift, and Iron Fist. Okay. Two threat goes on the main scheme. Klaw is going to attack for 1. Okay, let me just check. 1, 2. When a boost card is turned face up while the villain attacks. Okay. So Nick Fury is going to jump in the way of this. So he's going to block. 2 and 2. I'm going to tap the Helicarrier to play Preemptive Strike, cancelling 2 of those boost tokens and doing 2 damage to Klaw and Nick Fury. Thank you very much. It's taken out. The Armored Guard is going to attack for 1. I'm going to use my Energy Barrier to bounce that back on him and get rid of his tough status. And then we get Masters of Mayhem. Each Masters of Mayhem minion attacks the hero. There is none, so I have to find a Masters of Mayhem minion. And let's just go with Whirlwind, why not? Okay, I'm pretty sure I have lost this unless I can somehow do 10 damage to Klaw, which I literally don't think is possible. So I have actually lost this game, but it was the schemes that really kind of got me. I've got nothing to get rid of threat, or enough threat. Even if I take 1 threat off the main scheme, it's going to get 3 threat next turn. I can't attack the villain directly, so let me swing in and get rid of the armored guard just for something to do. I'm just going to play those two to play momentum shift to heal 2 damage. It's too little too late. Bringing him down to 8. Can't do anything else, so I draw up to 5. Shuffling my deck again. Getting Endurance, Electric Arrow, Iron Fist, Energy Barrier, Nick Fury. Readying everything, and here we go. 1, 2, 3 threats. Putting that over the limit, and we have just lost Marvel Champions against Klaw. A couple of things here. Number one, I fucking hate Klaw. He's one of the worst villains in the entire game now that they've got. You've got the core villains, you've got the Green Goblin, the Wrecking Crew, and all the villains that came in the Rise of Red Skull. I still think Klaw is one of the absolute worst, just because of that double boost card crap that just keeps kind of lowering his deck and putting acceleration tokens on. Really, unless you're playing Justice or you have some way of getting rid of threat really well, protection doesn't really do that. He's really not good to play against. Protection, I'm not really a fan of the play style, but it is interesting enough that I want to kind of keep going with this deck and seeing if I can get it to actually work. Tweak it a little bit here and there. Hawkeye, once again, is a great character if you can get him set up with his quiver, with his expert marksman, and all of his arrows. You can really do a lot with him. I'm sure there were some places I misplayed here and there, but all in all, still a lot of fun. One of my favourite, if not my favourite game to get to the table these days. I get it to the table so often, and there's so much variety in the 4 aspects, the multitude of heroes you can play, villains you can go up against. Even the campaign mode is a real lot of fun as well. I played through it a couple of times with different characters. So this was Marvel Champions Hawkeye, protection aspect going up against normal Klaw, and it was a resounding loss. Thank you very much for watching. I'm not sure when the next video will be coming out because South Korea has pretty much almost gone into level 3 lockdown due to the resurgence of COVID-19. So yeah, but I'll try and get it out as soon as possible. I'm effectively on vacation starting Tuesday, so we will see what happens. Thanks for watching. Stay safe. Have a great holidays. Bye, everyone.